Here we are. I'm the mailman today. The mailman hasn't come for a couple of days now, so we don't want to take the chance of him not coming to pick up the mail. We have put out the mail twice now. Hello, this is Shippy the Explorer, and welcome back to this medium. Well, today this tape starts here, and I'm being the mailman today. I'm taking the mail out of the box, and I'm gonna attempt to challenge myself to go around the block, a half block, to drop the mail. I'm carrying my stick and just in case, because they say don't leave with home without it. But I've been leaving home without it, at least in the house. I haven't been using it. It's you see me here now. You know it's 4 weeks, just 4 weeks and 1 day that I've done this operation and hip replacement, folks. And I'm feeling great, especially when I'm home. I haven't started driving yet, but let's see. Today is a challenge to get out in this beautiful weather in College Park and show you that fall is here and the leaves are starting to change and how beautiful the place is. So this is a challenge to see how far I can go around the if I can go half block or 2 blocks in the neighborhood. And since I have the mail, I'm just gonna drop them in the box. If you in this area, the mailman comes to the house, does come to the house, but if sometimes they're not coming on a regular basis, you just have to take your mail out and drop them in the box, or you carry them to the post office like everybody else. Here we are. We have our neighbors. They're flying their Ukraine flag, and yes, they're demonstrating that the war the wars in this world needs to stop. And so I'm not getting a good lighting, so here we are. So you can see I have my walking stick, and just for safety, and but I'll see how far I can go. When you do the operation, hip operation, you start therapy, and they have a means of stretching your joints and muscles, and so that the muscles can reattach to the bone and the femur. And it has been a dramatic operation, but in terms of pain and all that, for me, I had a wonderful pain management. So it hasn't been as dramatically bad for me. So in therapy now, we go to the center, and they stretch us, and they have us stretch and lift weights with a foot, and they do all of that, and timely see if they can get the body to heal. And you in the early parts of the tape, you have some tapes that you saw where I showed you the incision and the staples and how we remove them and all that. But here we know, twice a week the therapy is going. But now today I'm testing myself to see if I can get 1 block down the road and half a block to the mail stop, the mailbox. In the meantime, you can see it's a lovely day. It's windy in College Park and feels like real fall. Feels like winter is on its way, and but at the same time it feels like summer is lingering on. So you have that wonderful feel of pressure, of temperature being a little bit hot some days and a little bit cold. And so that's the condition. Right now I'm dressed warm because I want to be comfortable, and but in other cases I don't have to put on all these clothes. But for some reason, maybe because of my age, I find that a little bit on the cold side. I remember when going to Jamaica, and my uncle was he was in his 80s, and Jamaica is hot, and you wind down the window, you're driving, and as soon as you wind down the window, he started to say, I'm cold, I'm cold, I'm cold. And we're wondering, and he's turning up, close it. He says, close the window, close the window. And we're driving. He said, Uncle Pops, that is not cold. But he says, I'm cold, I'm cold. And so we didn't take him seriously. But see, I've lived long enough, Shippy the Explorer has lived long enough to reach a stage where I think I am cold, even in the warm weather. And if you look way down the bottom, that's where the mailbox is. And 4 weeks ago, I could even go 10 feet. And here we are. We have, I'll show you things that happening in the neighborhood. Now, here we are. We have this fig tree. I think this is the American fig, and still yet it is bearing, even when it's getting cold. This tree is late to bear, but the American fig. And so I continue, and it's one step at a time to get down to the mailbox. You know, when I decided to do this operation, not a lot, but a few people thought, I think a few people thought that it was going to be a waste of time, and it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to do the operation, because you're going to be just wasting money, and the maybe you wouldn't be recovering. But I thought with the strengthening of the hip and the take it at that stage first. If I strengthen the hip, then I would be able to manage the rest of the body a little bit more. It's like putting a reinforcement where the bus service. Yeah. It's like putting a reinforcement in the body. So if I reinforce the body, then I thought that I'll be able to really work on the rest of the body. And so I did the operation. And so from the knee down, I'm still having some weakness there. And those might be nerves or damage to the muscles or some long-term thing. But the hip, if you can see, look at me. walking without the stick and getting along. And so I decided to do the operation, the hip operation, so that at least reinforce that part of the body. And so I was correct, because I feel much better. I'm walking. Before the operation, I used to walk sideways. My foot was to be like this, like a crab, you know, and take my time and step in. And now I'm stepping one at a time, almost ordinary walk. Having some pain at this moment, but I think it's because of the therapy and muscles reacting towards the exercise. So here we are. I have managed to reach the mailbox. United States Postal Services. They are going to pick up between Monday and Fridays at 4 p.m. Saturdays 4 p.m. But here we are. Drop it. Make sure that your stamps on the thing. We pull the lever out and we drop the mail. You can see where they stop there, and there they go. When you release them, you hear they're gone. So if your mailman doesn't come during the day, then you can drop your mail at these boxes. All right, so I've challenged myself and I've reached this end of the road, and what I'm going to do is not go around the block, but maybe take my time and go back towards the house and show you. Lift up my stick and walk. There we are. So I've used this opportunity to encourage. It's a matter of, I do these tapes around myself because I'm trying to encourage people to friends and family, and so to really, if you can afford it, or in the society that does these operations, go for it and try to improve your health, because in the long run, if you start to deteriorate with the limbs and the heart and the mind, and so a lot of times you're just going to deteriorate and go down. So if you can do something about it, like in my case, I am demonstrating that doing an operation is beneficial to ourselves. Beneficial. So it's a matter of demonstrating and show you that you can, if I do it, you can do it. And as I go along, I'm hoping that I'll be strengthening and go stronger and stronger from now on. And the knee problem, or the rest of the other problems that we are having or facing, we'll just try to take care of them. So here we are. I'm going to attempt to go around the big block, and I'm going for it. Look how lovely the breeze is. It's a wonderful day. The sun is shining and the air is clean and the place is safe and beautiful. Wow. Oh, I thought I heard my friend coming. Always haven't seen her for a while. So, and I heard a sound and I thought she was there. Anyway, here we go. I'm telling you, man, this is a big test. When I go home, I'll probably just drop in the chair and fall asleep, or probably get one of my pain tablets to counteract the muscles that have I'm waking up here now, waking up the muscles. But I'm determined, folks. I'm determined to do it. Determined to live life and come back as healthy as possible. Yes, because you just can't sit down and let your health deteriorate. Don't let your mind deteriorate. Don't let your physical sense deteriorate. Fight back. Be determined to live the best life that you can. Healthy as you can. You know, it's tough, but I'm doing it. And one of the examples that I take is, I'm an athlete. I was an athlete, but when I came to United States, I've seen football players, basketball players. They have gotten some dramatic injuries in their lives. Broken foot, broken arms, you know, torn ligaments and all that. And they go for surgery, and after surgery they go into therapy. And believe it or not, a lot of times in 6 months or so, they're coming back and they are back on the field, tearing up other people. They are just bouncing onto people as before. Even before, they're stronger. So if they can do it, why we can't do it? Why we cannot get into surgery and go into therapy and bounce back and kick and run and walk and lift as before? It's possible. If they are doing it, that's an indication that all the skill of surgery and therapy and encouragement and nutrition works. And so that's what I'm demonstrating here today. So I'm determined to push myself around the block and see. If I get tired, I'll just stop and rest. Even like now, let's stop for a second. Because really, it's not that easy. But all right, here we go again. One step at a time. Here's my favorite little car. It's a Jeep. I don't know why I love them, but for some reason they remind me of ruggedness, determination. Now look at this now. Halloween is around the corner, and some people have started to decorate. And the rest in peace, R.I.P., rest in peace. And the graves and the skeleton is part of that wizardry and witchcraft. And some people like it, Some people don't. But some people think it's a celebration of death and ghosts and goods and all that. So some people don't like it. But they say in America it's done because they're trying to encourage the kids to get out and enjoy the candies that people give them, and the kids they enjoy that. But with you have to still be careful, because in Halloween there are some neighbors who give kids bad candies and bad fruits, and so they are trying to hurt the kids. Because the trick is, when you come to the door, you say trick or treat, and the person who is giving you the gift can either give you a trick or they're giving you a treat. And so sometimes the treats are dangerous. So Halloween is right around the corner, and I don't participate in it anymore, because I think it's, for some reason, I don't think I should be celebrating the ghosts and goblins and all that. Some people think it's fun, but not. Here we are, we reach a house that they decorate every season for Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween, 4th of July. You pass here at night, the lights are blazing of different colors. All right, so we reached Baylor and Radcliffe, and we're gonna make a right turn, and so Shippy the Explorer is breaking record today, because I've done 3 quadrants of the journey, and now I'm on the last bit to get home. So this tape today, your mind can just run to talk about the difficult things of life that you persevere through, but at the end, when you do persevere, then you find that you are blessed with good feelings and success. Lots of success when you do persevere. Perseverance builds endurance. And even if I was a great Bible person, then there's a section in Proverbs, I think, that talks about that. You know, I think it's Proverbs. But you guys who are more studious than me, you can write me and correct me. You can look it up when I go home. It talks about stamina and perseverance, and when you go through those stages, it builds up another strength. So at the end of the whole exercise, you're a stronger person. You're stronger in mind, in spirit, and in soul, in body. Yes, yeah. All right. Isn't this a lovely neighborhood? We can walk. Here we are, the great house, over 200 years old, parts of it, and still standing. And here we are. How majestic, how many history, the history that this place has seen. 200 years, it's close to slavery and emancipation and So the freedom of life, liberty. And now, Shippy the Explorer, we walk these paths. A free person. A free in much of a sense, because in certain sense, we are not free. There are certain drawbacks that are antagonizing our soul and livelihood, and so it's not fully free, but it's better than 1865, better than 1834, better than 1716 or 1618. It's better to be walking your neighborhood than being chained to the work gang, chained to perpetual slavery, perpetual servitude. There we are. There's a good example of the leaves changing in there. That's a maple tree. That's not the sugar maple one. It's ordinary maple, and it's in its full colors right now, and you can see all the trees that they are. Wow. I see my friend there picking good. Picking figs. And in a few steps, I'm telling you, Shippy the Explorer will officially have walked the block once more. I'm going to congratulate myself because I'm still standing up. I can hold my stick, and I've walked around the block for the first time in months. And so as I come to my pear tree that's laden this year, I eat them, but the squirrel will eat them later. The squirrel and the deers will make a good meal out of this bumper crop. Look at this bumper crop this year. I've never seen this tree bear so. Look like every flower held on to produce a fruit this year. So it's congratulations to me, congratulations to you for bearing with me and coming around the block with me, and I've demonstrated that it's possible to do great things in life. Simple things, great things, but sometimes when you doubt yourself, that's the biggest obstacle. But if you start, even with school and studies and career, start stage by stage, and eventually I think you'll make it. Once your brain is efficient and healthy, your mind is healthy, you can do it also. And so I say thanks for going around the block with Shippy the Explorer, and we have made it. So don't be afraid to challenge yourself in all aspect of life. If you make a selection and challenge yourself, whether in health, go for the operation if it's possible, if you can afford it. In school, go for that study. In life, well, you can Go for that boyfriend or girlfriend and challenge yourself in seeing if you can make life with another. Make love works. Make love work. And don't let obstacles overcome you. This is Shippy the Explorer, the man who have gone around the block and you came to and see where I've done it almost without a walking stick. And here we go. Thanks for watching, and do share if you think this is an inspirational video for others. Talk to you soon, and do good to yourself and others, and the rest will follow. Bye for now. This is where my feet, my knees are bent, and I have to bend my knees and lift, or bend my ankle and pull my body up the incline, because there was one time about 4 weeks or 5 weeks ago I wasn't able to do this, but now I've done it.
Instead, you will typically find a plastic pail.
Wow, he's still here?
Washing with water.
I've gone around the block.
Here, Filipinos primarily use water for personal hygiene instead of paper. Therefore, carrying your own
So you
toilet paper is
congratulate me?
always a survival skill if you want to avoid an awkward situation. But the surprises do not end there.
Thank you, thank you,
Even the
thank
way
you, thank
everyday
you.
items are named in the Philippines can lead to amusing
No.
misunderstandings for foreigners.
Carrot just
Here,
in case.
tissue is the general term for paper
Little bit.
towels, toilet paper,
But here we
and
are,
napkins.
back home.
Conversely,
Now I
napkins
can
are
sit down, drink some water,
feminine
and if I have to
hygiene
take the medication,
products.
I'll
If
take
you
it.
enter a restaurant and ask, "Can I get a napkin?"